Thank you, PUCL, for organizing this important press conference. And to all my colleagues of the other political parties who are present here and all the activists of the civil society movement, my thanks to all of you. And it's very good that all of us have come together on this rather very important issue. There's no doubt that the UAPA has been grossly misused, continues to be grossly misused, and the arrest of Father Stanley, along with Varwar Rao, both octogenarians, and the other 16, except for a few of them, all of them are above 60 and are prone to be more vulnerable to the COVID virus. Even then, there's been absolutely no human approach at all by this government and the authorities, and they continue to languish. There's no question, therefore, the UAPA this way cannot exist. And I would appeal to all the political parties here and to the civil society movement that do not see this only as an isolated, a single law issue. Yes, you have the UAPA, you have the NSA, you have the Sedition Act, a Sedition Act which my party, the CPI, has been saying from day one that this is anachronistic. This is part of the British rule, part of the crown that had to be protected. Now that should be removed from our statute books. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And now this government has appointed another committee to further strengthen who all can be covered under the Sedition Act. Now, the point at issue in all these acts is, all these draconian laws is, that any dissent of this government is not tolerable for the government. And therefore, anybody who expresses dissent is anti-national. Now, this is something that is an anathema to democracy, to civil liberties, to human rights, apart from democratic rights, and therefore they should go. All of us, and many of my colleagues present here from the other political parties, we were all together when we repealed the POTA, Prevention of Terrorism Act, and when we were opposing it in Parliament, the then BJP government had to call a joint session of the Parliament in order to enact it. But one of the first things that was done when that government was removed and the UAPA government and the UPA government came was the repeal of POTA. Now, after Bombay terror attack, this UAPA came, and then I remember in the Parliament there was big hue and cry between us and then Home Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, on the safeguards to be applied so that it can't be misused. Some safeguards came, we were not satisfied. But even those have been removed by this government. So it's not a question of amending the law anymore. Like the POTA, this must go from the statute books. And for that, my appeal to all the political parties is that in the Parliament which enacted this, it has to be removed from there. And whatever the other measures are required in order to tackle terrorism or in order to tackle international activities, those can be considered, but not these sort of laws that can be grossly misused. So the NSA, the UAPA must be removed from the statute book along with the Sedition Act. And that is what the CPIM would always want, and we are appealing to everybody to join. But I'd only like to make two other points. One, that this is not an isolated issue of misusing a law. This is part of a larger agenda. And the larger agenda is to pave the way for the establishment of a theocratic, rabidly intolerant, fascistic Hindutva Rashtra, which has been their objective for the last 1 century or so. They failed when we got independence. Indian people in the freedom movement chose a secular democratic republic and enacted this constitution, which we all accepted. And this constitution is the biggest hurdle for the establishment of a rabidly intolerant, theocratic, fascistic Hindutva Rashtra. And therefore, this constitution has to go. What we are seeing is the undermining of the constitution and the constitutional authorities, right from the Parliament, the judiciary, the election commission, using the CBI and the ED as the political adjuncts of the government. Now, all these is undermining this constitution in every sphere. So this is a much larger struggle to safeguard the Indian constitution, safeguard a secular democratic republic. And for that, all of us need to come together. And that is my appeal. Remember, the ancient wisdom that has filtered down ages to our generation. For the evil to succeed, the good only needs to be silent. We cannot remain silent today. We'll have to protest because this is enlarging. It's not only UAPA in the Bhima Koregaon case. You see what's happened with the investigation going on in the Delhi communal violence. All the victims are today being charged. They are being arrested. But the perpetrators are roaming around scot-free. So you have a law enforcement authority, starting from the highest level, the Union Home Ministry, that is shielding the culprits who are destroying our constitution, mercilessly attacking human rights, civil liberties, and democratic rights. And I think this is an issue for which the PUCL was born. And at the time when it was born, with Justice Tarkunde and all the others that were involved, my party has been actively associated with it. We continue to remain. So, and I think this is a joint battle for all of us to come together to seek the repeal of these laws. So that's all that I'd like to appeal. I'd like to appeal to everybody here, both inside the parliament and outside. This misuse of the laws and these draconian provisions must go from the statute book. The misuse cannot be accepted. It has to be fought and resisted. Yes, my generation fought the emergency. We were jailed, but we restored democracy. People restored democracy. People now have to restore this secular democratic republic on its right and solid foundations. And that is, I think, the bigger battle in which all of us need to come together. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And my appeal remains that we all have to join hands in the defense of our constitution, in the defense of secular democracy in India, and the defense of elementary human rights and democratic rights and civil liberties. Thank you. Thank you very much to all.
Thank you, sir. I think